All right, guys, you're welcome to Soft Sports TV. My name is Sasa P, and today I've got the one and only Belgium. This guy is a man who bleeds. Of course, he bleeds red, but his red is special because he's an Arsenal fan. Belgium, thank you for coming here.
That's okay.
It's good
Thank
to
you
have
for
you
having me
here,
on.
and also it's also great to have another African here. And this time he's my rival. I'm a Nigerian guy, and he's a Ghanaian man.
Uh,
Uh, he, he
Nigeria,
might he,
your
he,
jollof,
he might be older
your
than
jollof
me,
is.
but Ghanaians are they are younger ones when it comes to
Whoa,
swag.
whoa, 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 whoa. First of all, we got, hey, point of correction. First of all, we got our independence 1957.
I'm talking
You
about
got yours 1960s.
yeah,
No,
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 it's
no,
in
no.
terms of
Well,
swag
we
and
went to
style.
Nigeria. No, no, we went to Nigeria to educate you people, English and maths.
You went to
Remember that?
educators.
Yes.
You're about to
You see
start.
the
You're
podcast.
about to start a war right now. Well, okay. Thank you so much, Belgium.
That's
Now
okay.
let's talk about a lot of things. But before that, the first thing I will say is, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please make sure you do that. Follow us on all our platforms, and let's keep it engaging. Drop a comment. You can agree with us. You can disagree. Anyhow, just join our family. Comment and let's go. Belgium, big time, serious week for Arsenal this time because the Champions League semi-final is here. And as usual, Arsenal always have the bad habit of leaving themselves to the last minute where they have only one thing to win. I'm saying that because it seems to be a culture now recently for Arsenal. They start well, they do well, but towards the end of the season, they lose almost everything. And right now, the only thing that can save the season is if they win the Champions League because some would consider it a failure if Arsenal go trophyless this season. You look at it, other big teams didn't really perform well like they used to, a couple of seasons ago. But this time, Arsenal had the chance to actually go there, win more trophies. Let's not talk about the Premier League alone because there were other trophies like the FA Cup and the League Cup. But Arsenal, for some reason, didn't do that. But they've got the Champions League and it's 3 games away. Arsenal versus PSG. First game will be on Tuesday at the Emirates Stadium. Let's talk about that game. Let me hear from you, Belgium. Tell me, what Arsenal side are we expecting to see in that game? Are we going to see the Arsenal side that played against Real Madrid? Or it might be one of those nights where Arsenal just can't score any goal and PSG just, get the day. Tell me, what are your thoughts on the game?
Thank you for having me on, man. I will appreciate that.
Yeah.
And well, anyway, aside the banter, Niger Ghana. Well, let's get into the real conversation. Oh, do you know what? First of all, point of correction. I mean, you consider Arsenal, or every time we always end up being in 3 or 4 competitions, then in the end we
It's
ended
been
up.
happening
Yeah,
recently,
no,
the
no, no,
past few
no.
seasons.
Oh no, no. But do you feel like the players wanted to be involved into that situation? No. So let's kind of let's moderate our maybe our expectations sometimes because the thing is that sometimes, especially when it comes to cup games, things could go somehow in a drastic way. It's like refereeing decision. Sometimes it's like, look, we went out on penalty shoot against Manchester United. That was for the FA Cup. Or was it Odegaard missed a pen when we literally had the upper hand and he should have scored. But all those things is like he missed it. He missed it. So and what's it? Kai Havertz missed his one during the shootout. So it's not. Are you telling me that they didn't want to win? They wanted to win, but those are the situations, and it happens, and
That's
that's what
another
we
way
are.
of looking at it. I will give it to
So
you.
it's yeah. So look at other aspect, which creep into why literally sometimes when we are involved into competitions, we don't make it to the final stages. But however, coming back to this Champions League, yeah, it will be fantastic. It will be historic to have Arsenal being able to, first of all, being able to beat PSG. That we've done it during the group stages. That was during the league phases where we beat them 2-0. But things have changed. Then, it's like PSG after that, they went on a run and won most of their games, apart from this weekend game.
Signed
But
they,
this
they
weekend,
signed some players too, like Quarastelia.
yeah, yeah. But even this weekend game is nothing because they've already won the league. And that's one. And on top of that, again, they got new players and they got Dembele back. And again to the way they play now is different from the way they were playing last. I mean, the way they played against Arsenal last time we played and when we beat them. So it will be. It's not going to be an easy. It's going to be a difficult game, very very difficult game. But the thing is that we playing at home.
Yeah.
We played at home. So Ateta got to find a good formula, you know, good tactical scenario in terms of a team selection, which you'll be able to, because Partey will be missing, and the Partey missing it is going to be massive, massive, because we don't have that conductor, we don't have the person who control that midfield, and give a little bit of reduce the tempo again to help the team to reorganize themselves and do all those aspects. So Partey will be missing, will be massively, massively missed. But however, we got players there. We've got players who will be able to do the job a bit, and I trust them. I believe in the coach. So, in terms of what can the coach, what coaches to come up with strategy or game plan to win the game, we played at home. So, either obviously because of Partey's missing, Declan Rice might be dropping as a six, or he might play as a double pivot. He might bring Lewis Kelly into the middle. It depends. Or he might try to bring Ben White and ask Timber to play as a left back. So there's so many permutations that the coach can kind of trying to indulge into. But the main thing is for Arsenal to be able to win that game at home. So even if we go 1-0 up, make sure that we defend that. And when we go on the return leg, we'll be able to make sure that again too we defend, because nowadays it's not longer about home advantage or away
Yeah.
advantage.
No
You
away,
got to go there.
no away go rules.
No, away go rules is gone. So
Yeah.
you have to go there again to show up, make sure that you play your football. So, but if we are able to score, which I believe that we'll be able to do that, it's not going to be an easy one. It's not because PSG, they like to, we like to, our Teta philosophy is control and possession based. And at the same time, to when it comes to our final third, being able to quick passing in order to create chances to score. However, PSG, the more control and very high line. So hopefully, because if you want to do that, you really have to be compact
Yeah.
and possibly allow them to have the ball, which maybe Ateta might be able to do. He might just ask the team to do
Yeah, I
that.
was gonna
And
ask you that question because looking at the last time Arsenal beat PSG, I know Kai Havertz isn't the most popular amongst the fan base, but if you know football, you know what Kai Havertz does. He's a smart player in terms of positioning and hard work. He does a lot, and he gets less credit for that. Mikel Merino has come in, and he's a similar kind of player, but still a bit different in a way.
it's not similar.
It's,
It's not
sim- it's,
similar.
it's similar in the sense that you look at him, he's tall, he can play in midfield, and he's getting the goals. That's where they are similar. But in terms of work rate, Mikel Merino, I think he doesn't do much of the running, but he knows his positioning and he wins his aerial duel properly. And he hardly loses a ball, which is something that is key. So it's going to be interesting now to see what approach Mikel Arteta will play right now, because for me, I think Merino has been good as that central forward or a false nine. He's been a very, very deceptive position because defenders don't know how to handle him. They don't know how to deal with him. So it's going to be interesting to see what Arteta does with Partey being out. Because Partey, like you said, is the conductor of this team. He is the one who, controls the transitioning from defense to attack. He knows how to give passes that break lines. He knows how to make intelligent tackles. But without Partey being there, you've got Rice who loves to run in and muscle memory. It might come to him at some point to just start running and he will leave his position. So it's a tricky one to see if you have Merino and Rice, or like you said, bring in someone like Lewis Kelly, who is naturally a midfielder, to come in midfield. But it's also very tricky because Lewis Kelly, so far so good, is in contention of being the best left back in the competition. So would you decide to take him away from something that works? So it's a very tricky position for Arsenal. But I would really love to see what Arteta does with Merino, and I think that's going to affect the way Arsenal plays. Because PSG, we know them, they don't like to play it slow. They just want to attack. Arsenal love to control. So how Arteta plays it, it's going to be a chess game. It's going to be a chess game, and I'm poised to see how it goes.
Okay. No, first of all, PSG, they like to control too. They like to control. They like to
control
but
with
it's like that
quick control,
quick
they use their width a lot.
Yeah, because they have pacey.
They don't play with wing backs. They play with full backs, but their full backs push so high and make them look like wing backs. So it's a tricky one.
Yeah.
And someone like Martinelli has got to be on top form on that day.
He's always on top form.
Is he?
Always on top form. He's always. Let me tell you about. You were comparing Moreno
and
to
Havertz.
It's Moreno. It's Moreno because in Spanish we call him Moreno. It's only in England we call him Moreno.
Oh, Moreno. Okay.
Yeah, it's Moreno.
Okay.
But the thing is that the issue with Moreno is that for a forward player, you have to get good attacking movement. Yeah. And Moreno hasn't got that. He hasn't got his attacking movement because it's not his fault. He's a midfielder.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the instincts, he hasn't got that too. That's why Kai Havertz is ahead of him. Kai Havertz got the good instincts, but when it comes to decision making, Kai Havertz is poor in decision making. However, Moreno, when it comes to decision making, is a little bit smarter than how he handle it, compared to Kai Havertz. If for me, sometimes when I see him at the top there, I feel that if we are on transition, he's not pacing enough. Do you understand it? So for me, I always feel like, and again, when we're doing our build up, remember Arsenal, the way we build up, either we build up from the right, or to the right, or to the middle when we're doing our build up. And again, to people, they'll be picking on Odegaard and said, "Oh, Odegaard is not been playing well." But the thing is that sometimes when you want to, Odegaard is always one the ball to be on the channel for him. Odegaard is not like Odegaard is like a Messi or Messi or Maradona to take on players anyhow. We play the ball on the channel for him, and that's why and he's able to navigate through, and that's what he does. So the problem is that when you see Moreno in front, you know that how do you want to do it? If you want to low, or if you want to break the line, or if you want to lift up the ball, he might struggle because you feel like, oh, would he be able to cope? Because it's not his fault.
Yeah, the movement.
That's not his position.
Yeah.
So, and that's where we've been having an issue. So, I mean, you're talking about Kai Havertz doing a donkey job. Yeah, he does, because obviously it's because of Arteta. That's why he set up his team, and he's always feels that if he take Kai Havertz off, the shape of his game will be messed up. However, when it comes to Moreno, as we were talking about, Moreno is good because he's got those technical ability. He can read the game, as a midfielder, But now up front, he struggles. Even though he scored a goal, he struggles because if you have good defenders taking the ball off him, we'll be in trouble because the thing is, I remember the pitch is massive.
Yeah.
The pitch is massive. So there's no way that you see Moreno going all the way up and again to track him back or try to drop deep into the midfield. Do you understand it?
Yeah.
To help the teammate. So we always going to be leaving ourselves open because spaces will be there. And maybe possibly that's why Arteta, I don't know, maybe I have the feeling Arteta might want him to play as the 8.
And Trossard.
Has to play as a 6. Yeah, and Trossard, because Trossard is quick. He's got good attacking. Trossard literally is a fantastic forward player. Yeah, people don't understand it.
Very decisive and technical.
Yeah, very technical, and he's an experienced player. He's a Belgium international.
Yeah.
People don't understand it. They think that, he's only doing okay, at Arsenal, this guy is an experienced player. So, and at one point too, he's played in the middle of the, I was it as a proper forward
Yeah.
before, as a number nine, where he was okay. But obviously, with Arsenal, the thing is with Arteta, you have to drop deep, get more involved into the game. So that's why things hasn't worked out where for was it for Trossard when he plays in that position. But so for me, I think Trossard might be playing in that position
Yeah, I
on
think I
Tuesday
think so too. And Moreno as the central
as a
midfielder
yeah.
as the eight,
Moreno will
then
be playing as
then Rice as the six.
Odegaard six and
Yeah,
Odegaard will be playing as a 10.
yeah.
I think that will be because if not, then trust me, because on transition, if we are not careful on transition, then we'll be in big trouble.
Well, I think
That's PSG.
the most important thing here should be belief. You've been in the stadium before. You know what it's like. Arteta has asked.
I'm
He has
always
asked.
there.
He has
I'm
asked. He
always
has
there.
asked the fans to come with their shin guard, shin pads, and everything. Are you going to be going with your shin pads?
Oh, well, listen, you know what the thing is that because we believe in our team and because we love the team, you want to be there shouting, making the noise, Oh yeah, of course. I
How?
go with my
Quick
super.
question. Quick
Yeah.
question. Yeah. How important is it for you having your supporters going crazy and just chanting? How important is it to the players?
It's very, very important. It's like the 12 man or yeah, the 12 person, you know, galvanizing the boys, pushing them, say, listen, you can do it. And literally the boys, when they look up, raise their heads up, they see that people are singing, people are chanting, people are screaming. And, you just feel like, oh, you know what? No, 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 I got to, that, what else again do you want? These guys were there singing, clapping,
Mm.
shouting. What else again? It's like, come on, man, you could do it, you could do it. And that's what they need, kind of we pushing them, to the core.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, come on, that's what you need. It's like people like I was watching the Liverpool earlier on, and you could see, it's like in the beginning, I think first 10 minutes Liverpool was struggling. Then later when they start scoring the goals, you see how they start singing.
Yeah,
So
rough tech,
obviously,
yeah.
yeah, when you look at the fans, I mean, as a footballer, you raise your head up and you see the fans singing, sometimes kind of singing your name. What do you want to do? You literally have to say to yourself, you know what? No, I'm going to make sure that, listen, whatever is there to take it. Well, I'm just trying to say to keep myself, but at least literally being able to do it over the line.
To
So
give to
yeah,
give your
so
all.
yeah.
Yeah, I think something else that will be important for Arsenal too in that game. It's a big game. It can go anywhere. It's just like heavyweight boxing. One punch can end it all. It's about being clinical. I think what has helped Arsenal recently in big games is they don't miss too many chances. Some people will come out and say Arsenal miss a lot of chances, but in key moments against big teams, they tend to score the goals. They tend to be decisive.
Yeah.
So I think in this kind of game, it's a game where if you got 3 chances, try to at least get one on target. Because one goal, especially for Arsenal, one goal can change everything. Because PSG, I know when they concede one goal, all they want to do is attack. All they want to do is how they are programmed. They are not going to sit back. They're not going to pack the bus. And that plays into Arsenal's favor. So for every Arsenal player on the pitch, they really need to put on their scoring boots because goals can come from anywhere in Arsenal. That's the good thing about the club. Goals can come from anywhere. I think almost if you put up the starting 11 for Arsenal with Mourinho in and Trossard in, everybody there has scored a goal this season. So it says it says a lot about them. A team without a striker, they've scored over 100 goals this season. So that says a lot, and they need those goals. This is not the game where you miss chances. This is the game where you score goals. Now let's leave Arsenal for now, and let's talk about the other game.
Quickly, I just want to talk again
Yeah.
touch about that. Quickly, I'll be brief anyway.
Yeah.
When you're talking about scoring goals, making sure that that moment when we get that moment, that
Yeah.
every scenarios when we create that scenarios, when we get to the final third, we've got to be ruthless. Yeah, it's true. But again, to Arsenal, we got to be careful because couple of times, like against Palace, I was there on Wednesday, last week Wednesday, where literally we were in control of the game, and all of a sudden we just switch off, especially defensively, and you can't do that again. So Arsenal, you can't do that because if we do that, they will get punished,
Mm.
and that's what happened. It's like well, in fact, where I did it in first half, it just switched off completely in first half, and we were lucky because Partey has to literally block that ball, intercepted, and again in second half too. What happened in the end? It was a situation whereby Raya again and Saliba, then the ball got to Mateta, and then he scored that, and then it became 2-2. So that's another thing that Arsenal got to review it
Mm.
and look into that. Yeah, make sure that it doesn't happen because when you're working through the second, third, get to final third, yeah, score. But on the other side, to make sure that you switch on. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. It's a moment where you don't need to press that self-destruct button. This is the time to cut out all errors. And good thing for Arsenal is it can be done. And just quickly, I think the Arsenal ladies, as we speak right now, they're doing some magical works right there in Lyon. They were 2-1 down in the first leg, and as we speak, they're beating Lyon 3-0. So
for was it 3-0? Okay, so
yeah,
it become
so
no. I thought that was 4-1 in the end.
has it ended now?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, you see. So who knows? It could be written in the stars: Arsenal versus Barcelona in the Champions League final for men and women's football.
For women,
Let's talk
both men and
about
women.
Barcelona and Inter Milan. Ever since Inter Milan found out they were going to face Barcelona in the semi-finals, they seem to have had a head loss and they have lost 3 games in a row. I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening. Maybe, I could have said maybe they are reserving their energy for the Barca game, but that's not the case because they've got a title to fight for, a league title, and
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
slipping away from them. And I think they also went out of the Copa against AC Milan. So,
A similar
yeah,
3-1.
yeah,
Was it
those
3-1? Yeah.
those were crucial games for them. But it's a very tricky one because they've lost 3 for a side like Inter Milan, who are known to be very good defensively. Losing 3 in a row is not what we expect from them at this stage. It could hamper their confidence. It could be very dangerous for them because they'll be looking like what's happening. And I don't know if there's any internal crisis going on, but it's football. Losses happen, but not at this stage. So how do you see this going for Inter? Because compared them to Barcelona, Barcelona have found their form. We saw what they did to Real Madrid last night. They are doing good. Despite having a few players out injured, they still know how to play as a team. Anybody can come in, and Hansi Flick has his way of winning games. So Inter on a losing run, Barcelona, they have their shine right now. They're doing well. How do you see the game playing out?
Well, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game, and again, it's going to be like a revenge 2010. The thing is that when you said Inter has lost 3 of their games so far,
Yeah.
yes, remember it's 2 Italian teams. Uh, so when it comes to playing against any other team, remember the Italians defensively, the way they build up their team, no matter how it's always they always make sure that everything is spot on. Right? So I thought it's going to be tricky. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be very, very tough because Inter, they literally can say, you know what? We're going to play a boring game. They don't care to play that boring game and just to sit because even Arsenal, we were victim of that this season during the league phases
Yeah.
where the
1-0.
Champions League
1-0
phases
loss.
and they didn't play anything. They were just literally defending.
Yeah.
But Inter will be missing Marcos Thuram,
Thuram, yeah.
yeah, because he's out injured. I don't know whether he's back on. I don't know
I
his
think he
fitness
might he
level,
might be back for that game.
but
He
that'll
might
be
be.
too soon for
Yeah.
him. That'll be too soon
And
for
he's
him.
a
So they'll,
very key
yeah,
player for the attack.
okay, player. We hear him in
Martinez.
Latina. So the thing is that again to that a little bit an advantage of what's in it
Barcelona.
of Barcelona. But however, again to Barcelona, in as much as they've got good attacking forward, and you can literally be rest assured that they will score a goal. At the back two as well, they've got deficiency. They struggle because yesterday they considered 2 goals. They considered 2 goals. Okay, they were playing against Real Madrid, they are arch rival. But the thing is that they've been conceding goals. It's not like a bad side. They've been, they've been playing with a clean sheet. It's always like, no matter at one point, you know that there's something's going to happen. So Barca literally got to be careful because Chesney, is, it's like again to see Chesney in goal. Like yesterday, somebody, okay, it was okay anyway, but some of the balls, I'm there thinking, honey, what are you doing, Chesney? But hey, you can't blame
Hey,
me.
no blasphemy. I love my boy Chesney. I love my boy. Don't forget he came out of retirement, so we can
I
we
know,
can cut him some slack.
I know, I know, I know. But the thing is that, well, but that's what I'm saying. Because then again, to that making the other opposition team to say, you know what, hey, we just need to build up our game
Yeah.
to the final third, and this is what we need to do, and it will start panicking, and as it we'll be able to score. So it's going to be a tricky game. It's going to be a tough game.
Who do you think
But
is going to win?
I'm slightly, you know what? I want beautiful football, so I might go for Barca.
So you prefer Barca in the final if Arsenal goes through?
Yes. Because the thing is that Inter, they've been to the final last 2 seasons ago when they went to the final, they lost to Man
Yeah.
City. So they've got experience. So if you allow them to go again this time around, they want to win it.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier on, Italian team, they don't care whether if they're going to that and decided to play Catanaccio,
Let me
where
let me
where
let me
in
tell you
12 of
something.
them,
Let me tell you
yeah,
something quickly. You're picking Inter Milan as potential opponent for Arsenal in the final, but I'll give you a record here. Hansi Flick has never lost a final.
yeah, but there's
So
always a day.
would
There
you
was
rather
always the one.
play against a team that has lost finals or a manager that hasn't lost a final?
Well, the thing is that we're talking about the team. We're not
Yeah,
talking about manager.
the
We're
manager is
talking about the team.
the manager is in control.
No, we're talking about the team. And the thing is that for me, even on Nazavi, when we played Barcelona during the preseason
Yeah,
last season,
there was a lot of
the
goals in
way,
that game.
and the way we literally go to them, we go to their skin because we were aggressive. They were not able to cope, and Lewandowski will be missing. I don't know. He'll be missing this game on Wednesday. He's not going to be playing. He's out injured.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he'll be back before the final. But however, the point is this: if the reason why I love Barca is will come out to come and play. But if all our players are out, we were able to control it again the way we did against Real Madrid.
Okay.
We'll control it and be aggressive. Forget about the flick. Well done to him so far, but forget about him.
Okay.
I think I had a feeling that this year is our year.
Like the Nigerian pastors will say, hallelujah, this year is your year, Arsenal.
We will receive it. We will receive it. We will receive it.
Thank you so much, Belgium.
That's okay.
Really appreciate it. We just did the Champions League preview, and hopefully we'll do another video for the review and more topics to come. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And to you watching, please make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all platforms. Okay, Arsenal versus PSG, Barcelona versus Inter Milan, big Champions League games, and let's see how it goes.
And let your people believe, guys, that we can do it.
Fingers crossed.
and stop having that feeling that we always been involved into so many competitions, and when the later one is always the last one, and we struggle.
Hopefully,
this time around.
Hopefully, Arsenal Bottling Company will be destroyed. No more bottling company.
Take that one out of your vocabulary. We don't. We're going to do it this time. Right, it's not going to be an easy journey. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy. PSG, the top team. We talk about Barca, how good they are. They got good attacking plan. They got good attacking players.
Yeah. And
defensively, they're a little bit vulnerable, but they're still okay. Inter, defensively, compact, solid. So you can't just say, and look at PSG too. PSG, the way when we played them last time is not the same PSG now. They got players in, new players in, so it's going to be tough. So it's not going to be an easy.
That's why we love football.
You got to be your best.
That's why we love football, and for you to be a champion, you need to beat champions. To be the best, you beat the best. Thank you once more, Belgium. My name is Sase P, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, man.
Cheers, man.